This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
The man accused of causing a crash that left an aspiring young volleyball player from Tennessee without her legs faced a jury for the first time today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Daniel Riley is on trial this week, charged in the downtown St. Louis crash that changed Janae Edmondson's life forever. Christine Byers is live downtown outside the courthouse where she heard some emotional testimony today. Christine.
That's right, Mike and Ann. Janae's father, James Edmondson, was the first to take the stand on behalf of the prosecution today. He talked about how the sound of the crash was so much like a grenade that it sent him back to his military training, and that military training saved his daughter's life. Daniel Riley's defense attorney told jurors police had an emotional response to seeing Janae. He said responding officers had tunnel vision, focusing only on his client as the cause of the crash and ignoring all other possibilities. Prosecutors focused heavily on how this was no accident, but rather a disregard for human life. At one point, prosecutors allege Riley said at the hospital, "A girl lost her leg. That's all. Is something serious going to happen?" Janae's father, James Edmondson, told jurors he wasn't sure if his daughter would survive.
And then he looked at me and he said you saved her life. He said you saved her life. And that was pretty tough for me. If we hadn't done what we did, this would have been a homicide that we're talking about and not an accident, not an injury.
Now, Janae Edmondson is expected to be the last to take the stand in this trial, and this trial is also expected to last through the end of the week. Live outside the Carnahan Courthouse in downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
You know, we're confident every bus that's on the road today has a safety inspection sticker in their window.
Tonight, the Missouri Central School Bus Company is responding to an investigation done by the NAACP. The group claims the company is, quote, racially charged and dysfunctional. The investigation comes after dozens of bus drivers walked off the job last week at St. Louis Public Schools. They're protesting how the company handled allegations of racial discrimination. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live at the Missouri Central Bus Company with their new reaction to the findings. Diamond.
Well, and Missouri Central Bus Company said they would not be responding to the racial allegations, but they would be responding to the NAACP's claim that the company's actions made students unsafe.
Missouri Central Bus Company shop is one that is racially charged and is dysfunctional.
Those are the words St. Louis City NAACP's President Adolphus Pruitt used to describe allegations against Missouri Central Bus Company. He was joined Tuesday by Jerry Ellis, a mechanic with the company since September. Ellis says he's made several complaints to HR about racial harassment, dirty and sexist jokes, plus safety concerns regarding faulty bus parts.
Somebody should say in that meeting that this needs to stop. You know, it doesn't need to keep going on.
Ellis's coworker, Eileen Mitchell, found this noose in the bus garage they work at in February.
Nobody came up to me to apologize about that I found a noose.
Last week, St. Louis Public Schools canceled after-school activities and couldn't guarantee a ride to or from school after nearly 100 drivers called out of work. Tuesday, Missouri Central Bus Company said they would not address the racial allegations because it's an ongoing investigation, but they had this to say about safety concerns.
Our vehicles go through a rigorous inspection process, both from a daily inspection from drivers, checking all safety equipment, to a 90-day inspection.
It seems to be somewhat of a pattern of the bus company not taking safety issues seriously in our estimation, especially as it relates to the braking systems.
Ellis says if the bus company's investigation doesn't result in enough action, he's willing to quit his job.
I hope that in the end that our voice and our, not only our voice, but our ability to perform and our knowledge be paid attention to.
Missouri Central Bus Company says they don't have a timeline for when this third-party investigation will conclude into the racial allegations, but this evening, St. Louis Public Schools says their bus coverage has returned to normal. Reporting in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
And within the last hour, 5 on Your Side got a statement from St. Louis Public Schools, which says, quote, "While we do not have control over operations or personnel matters at Missouri Central, it is our hope that the internal conflict and what appears to be serious issues in their workplace environment can be resolved." We'll keep you up to date on this story as more information comes in.
A St. Louis woman is heading to Washington, D.C. to attend the State of the Union. Dawn Chapman is a champion for victims of radioactive waste, and she's been invited as a guest this week. Our Justina Cornell spoke to her today. Justina?
Mike, Dawn Chapman is the co-founder of Just Moms STL, a group demanding change and compensation for victims impacted by radioactive waste. That waste is connected to the first atomic bomb. The advocacy group has been heading to the nation's capital for years, and this time it may be the biggest milestone yet.
Then they made a mistake there. You have a document that points to it being much worse. I applaud them for trying.
5 on Your Side has been interviewing Dawn Chapman for more than a decade, dating back all the way to 2013. She says all of those years of hard work led to this moment.
Today, United States Senator Josh Hawley announced he will bring Dawn Chapman, co-founder of the grassroots advocacy group Just Moms STL in St. Louis and longtime advocate for victims of nuclear contamination in the region, to this Thursday's State of the Union address.
Chapman is the co-founder of Just Moms STL, a group supporting victims of radioactive waste in the St. Louis region.
So I think our first trip to D.C. was probably in 2014, maybe early 2015.
It's been more than a decade of dedication, and the group's next move is bringing them to Washington, D.C. this week to fight for the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, known as RECA. If passed, RECA would compensate radioactive waste victims.
It's a very odd week because we can look back at things that happened years ago that kind of led up to this point. So everything's kind of coming together this week, and it's almost eerie. But it's also exciting because I do think that we have a chance to get this passed.
5 on Your Side's political analyst Anita Mannion talks about the invitation.
Bringing guests to the State of the Union is the opportunity to really highlight an issue. And so it's not surprising that Senator Hawley would take advantage of this opportunity.
For Chapman, her passion has remained paramount, no matter how much time has passed.
It truly is an honor to be invited. I'm very excited to be in that room and be part of history.
Now, RECA needs 61 votes to pass before heading to the House. The overall program is expected to expire in June.
Tonight, help is on the way for hundreds of homeowners impacted by the 2019 floods in northern St. Charles County. Nearly 1,000 properties in the county, Portage de Sioux, West Alton, and limited parts of St. Charles City are also eligible for federal buyouts. But the county only received enough money to buy out 100 homes, so people have to apply. And once a property is bought by the county, the home will be demolished and then the land converted to open space.
Obviously, we're going to have another big flood someday as well. And that's what as part of this grant is about getting people out of harm's way so they can not experience the next flood.
If you're interested in selling, you can complete the interest form online, over the phone, or by mail. Right now, we have the details on eligibility requirements on our website, KSTK.com, under the As Seen on TV section.
Coming up, revitalizing North St. Louis, the move to help several neighborhoods that have fallen into disrepair.
And gunfire at a firehouse. Now investigators think they figured out where the bullets came from.
And weather-wise, the rain's over within the metro until we get to Thursday. More on that coming up. It's 51 right now, breezy, a little cool, jacket weather. A couple showers down around Reynolds County, and the rest of the forecast coming up.